Not to be dramatic, but this might be the most important video that you will watch as a ballet dancer. I'm about to change your life. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, I'm Goldie. Today's video is a very important video and I'm about to attempt to be a DIY queen in order to show you what I am about to show you, because it honestly has changed my life and it is without a doubt the only thing that you need in your dance bag, whether you are a professional dancer, recreational dancer, retired, even if you are a normal person, this will help you. It is my favorite thing that I own. Okay, that might be dramatic. It's my favorite dance related tool that I have had, and I've had this thing for years now and I am so excited to show you and share with you. And I feel like I might be hyping this up a little bit too much, and now that I'm saying all of this out loud, maybe I'm the loser that like didn't know about this trick, but I guess I'm just gonna jump in and show you and then we'll go from there, and then you'll let me know if I'm a loser in the comments down below after watching this. But in today's video, I'm going to show you how to make the best, how do I even want to describe it, tool, warm-up tool, body tool, dance accessory that I can't live without. I actually went to ballet class this morning, and if you're just stumbling onto my channel, I have attempted to go back to ballet class. After retiring 4 years ago, I stopped dancing, did not get into a class for 4 years, and the month of March, I have slowly made my way back into the studio, and it's been really, really fun. But with that, my body has been killing me because I have gone from not dancing at all to taking a ballet class once a week or twice a week. And when I was a ballet dancer in a professional company, that was much easier to do. I was already in some sort of like ballet shape. My body was used to doing that. I was in a company. My days consisted of ballet class and then 6 hours of rehearsal. So that was my norm. But for the past 4 years, my norm has changed. Now I am not so much in ballet shape. I'm not even talking about weight. I'm talking about stamina. I'm talking about muscle fatigue. I'm talking about flexibility. I have lost so much flexibility, and I actually never realized how important that is for like the overall well-being of your body. And there are things that hurt me now that I am a retired dancer that never hurt me when I was dancing. And my mom always used to tell me to never stop dancing or never stop moving your body just for the sole purpose of avoiding those aches and pains. And my mother is incredible, and she is 62 years old and still is in a jazz class once a week and still teaches tap, I think twice a week. So she's onto something, because I feel like she is going to outlive me sometimes. But the purpose of this video today is to share with you what I do to help my old and stiff body. And it really is the most important thing that I have in my dance bag. So let's start with my dance bag. What am I using these days? It's not that glamorous, let me tell you. Hold on, let me grab it. What did I tell you? There's nothing glamorous about this. I think this was my boyfriend's old tote bag that was like in his car or something. It's actually like a little dirty. Could definitely use a wash. This is what I've been using every time I go to class. I have this bag that I take to ballet class, but then I also have my like work bag that I take when I'm teaching, which is actually like right by my feet. This is my work bag, like my everyday teaching bag, and this is nothing fancy either. I got this bag off of Amazon a few years ago. I really genuinely think that it was $20. And the black bag, it's that like neoprene material, and it's fine. If I'm really being honest, it's not my favorite bag. Since it's big, I can put so much into this bag, but for some reason, it doesn't even have to be that full for it to feel so heavy on my arm. But that's my work bag. That's a separate situation. But let's talk about my ballet bag. And you might be thinking, why do I have two separate bags? I don't know, because I'm a girl. And like, why would I want to empty this bag every single time I go to ballet class if I can just use that one? Let's do like a mini what's in my dance bag before I show you what I'm actually here to show you today. This might take a total of 3 seconds to show you. But let's start out with the obvious things that are inside. The obvious things are my ballet shoes. When I was in a ballet company, obviously or maybe not obviously, I don't know if this is like common knowledge, but when you're in a ballet company, they provide all of the shoes that you need for the season. That also includes flat shoes. And when you are in a professional company, you really only wear your flat shoes for bar in company class. And if you have like some random ballet that you're doing that requires you to be on flat, which is always like such a treat because 99.9% of the time you are in your point shoes. So I never really went through my flat shoes that much until I started teaching, because now I only wear flat shoes. I wear these to teach every day. And I go through these so quickly and I don't even know why. When I was a dancer, I never, ever, ever wore leather ballet shoes. I was a canvas gal and here I am with leather shoes. I feel like it's just because in my little brain it made me feel like they would last longer. And I don't hate these, they do the trick. I mean, I really would prefer to just like be in socks every day of my life, but for the little kids that I teach, even through like high school, I have to set the example, right? So here I am with my dirty ballet shoes. I don't even know if this is setting a good example. These are Capezio, by the way. Side note, man, do I miss getting free shoes. That was such a luxury that, not that I took it for granted when I was dancing, because that was such a privilege, and I know not every company is able to do that. With anything, you kind of just get used to the norm, and that being the norm was so amazing. And looking back, maybe I did take it for granted a little bit, because now spending my money on ballet shoes like really feels like a knife to my heart and to my wallet. It's like the last thing I want to spend my money on. But that's the first thing in my bag. Then, wow, this is like the most boring and quick what's in my dance bag video I've ever done in my life. Then I have a claw clip. This is the claw clip that is in my bag currently, but I actually rarely use this one. And the one that I usually use, I think it's right here. Hopefully it's in my little pouch, is this one. This one I usually use for like this situation. I usually clip it here like that. This is like very like quick. I usually try to make it look halfway decent. I clip it like this, and then I take a ponytail, and then I kind of just wrap it into a bun, because I am not at the level where I am pinning my hair for class. So I usually, like for bar, just keep my hair in a ponytail or down or just in a claw clip, and then when I have to go into the center and like turn, this is the situation that we're working with. I feel like I can put like a little bit more effort into my appearance, but it does the trick. It's pulled back, it's in a bun technically. So that's the kind of claw clip that I'm into. And when I'm teaching, 99% of the time, this is what my hair looks like. Still feels professional, but I don't have a ponytail giving me a headache all day. And I think it feels like elegant. So that is what I do with this type of situation. And then with this claw clip, you're probably thinking I didn't come to this channel to do a deep dive on claw clips, but here we are, just if you're curious on what I do with each individual claw clip. With this one, I usually use it like a little French twist moment. So I take my hair and I do the little French twist moment. I go like this. And then I take the claw clip and I go like that. I have no idea how this looks right now, or if I'm even in focus, or if anyone actually cares, but it's my channel. I get to do what I want. So that's the different claw clip option. Moving on, the next thing in my bag, deodorant. Shout out Old Spice. That is the deodorant I use, if you were wondering. I have it in my ballet bag. I have it in my work bag. Like, the last thing I want is to be the like stanky person in class. And honestly, someone stunk today in ballet class, and I kept checking to see if it was me. I probably reapplied my deodorant like 3 separate times. And speaking of which, this is also always in my bag as well. This is like, I use this as my purse or my wallet. I am so not a purse girl. I mean, I guess like when I'm going out for the night, I'll use a purse, but like I can't be bothered. And I throw this into my bag. What's in this bag? I have my wallet. I have some chapstick, lip balm. This is the Summer Fridays. A student actually gave this to me and I love it. I don't know if I love it more than the Laneige lip mask, but does the trick. Oh, I brought this up because I was talking about deodorant, and I carry around a little perfume, like rollerball, in my little pouch and to ballet class. This is the Glossier You perfume. I actually started using it last summer and I feel like it is just so light, and I guess technically it's floral, but it's not too like overwhelming. I have a very sensitive head, so if anything is like too floral or too strong, I immediately get a headache, and this just like gorge, and I always get compliments. This goes back in this bag, and then what's currently in my work bag that I usually bring to ballet class is this skirt. Technically, I believe it's supposed to be a dress, but on what planet does this look like it should be a dress? This is KD Dancewear, KD New York. I mentioned this skirt in another one of my videos when I was getting ready for ballet class. Other than the thing that I'm about to show you, this is probably like the next most prized possession that I have when it comes to ballet or work or I don't know, anything of that sort, because I just love this so much. It is the perfect cover up. It goes with me everywhere. If I'm in open class, this is what I'm wearing. If I'm teaching, this is what I'm wearing. The reason why I love this so much is because you can kind of like bunch it up. You can cover things if you need to cover things. You can make it short, you can make it long, and it feels like cozy. So that is in my dance bag. And then of course, like I'll throw some like tampons in just in case. You never know what could happen. But lastly, and the reason why I'm making this video today is this baby. Ew. That's actually disgusting. This is the reason why I'm making this video today. As you can see, it's like covered in dust and hair, and it's falling apart because I've had this for, I don't know, probably like 6 years now, 7 years. And this is the only thing you need to warm up your body, to have during class, to cool down after class. Throw your big chunky foam rollers out the door and get yourself one of these. All of the little tools that us ballet dancers think that we need, or what the big ballet brands are saying that we need, it's all bullshit. This, my friends, is the only thing. And I am going to tell you all about it. I've never been so passionate about 2 sets of, you know what? I'm gonna stop that sentence right there. Okay, so this is my roller. Let's say that. I use this as a roller. I use it as a foot roller, a back roller, a leg roller. I have started bringing this on airplanes. I bring it in the car. I bring it honestly everywhere. It's like right next to the couch. If I'm feeling stiff, I just sit on this. It is incredible, and I don't know how I lived without it. As you can see, mine looks disgusting. For the sake of this video and to do a little DIY moment together, I'm going to take this apart, and I'm praying that I actually can take this apart and make a new one, because I think it's time. Like, this is actually like grossing me out. So let's do this together. All you need to make my gorgeous portable warm-up device, foam roller situation, is a roll of duct tape and 2 softballs. And now that I think of it, we can make so many different sizes of this. You can do it with softballs, you can do it with lacrosse balls, you can do it with golf balls, you can do it with, I don't know, get creative. Okay, but for this one in particular, I have 2 softballs and a roll of duct tape. We are in my favorite spot. We have our disgusting set of balls, and let's unravel this. The reason why mine is so disgusting is because the duct tape is actually falling apart. Like, oh my god, I can't even handle how gross this is. Like I said, I've had this for like, ew, hold on. I need to pull my sleeves up. I've had mine for like years and years and years, and I have not unraveled it until this moment. And it's gotten to the point where like I've almost stopped bringing it to class because I can't even use it without the tape getting all over me or it picking up literally every piece of dirt on the floor, which is disgusting, but that's okay. I'm helping you, I'm helping me. It's a win-win. When you think of ballet dancers online or in the movies, the image or like the idea of ballet dancers is always elegant and graceful and beautiful and like angel, like angelic vibes. The reality of the situation is this. We are DIYing our warm-up tools. We are cutting and breaking and shredding up our point shoes. We're wearing like pajamas for dance class. It really is like the opposite of what you think of when you think of ballet dancers. Oh my God. But every time I go to ballet class, I see people with like the most interesting contraptions in their bags, and I get it. I love buying a new tool. I love buying a new outfit. If you saw another dancer using it in an open class, that might influence you to get it as well. But like real ballet dancers don't make that much money to be going out and getting stuff every 3 seconds. So maybe that's why we start like DIYing things. But I've known dancers that like use a rolling pin as a foam roller before. I've seen, I think like lacrosse balls and golf balls and like all of those options are pretty like standard. But people get creative. Like some dancers like carry around a hammer in their dance bag, which I don't think is like the best idea for your muscles. Wow, this tape is really on there. But the reason why I love this contraption so much is because it really gets into the like nooks and crannies that a foam roller can't really get. Like there's a time and a place for a foam roller. I love to crack my back on a foam roller. I like to put the foam roller like right under like my pelvis and like let my sacrum or my tailbone kind of just like rest or like sometimes even like crack into place. But like this for some reason really gets into those areas that you can't necessarily get when you're just using a foam roller. And you're probably like thinking that I'm so dramatic and that I'm hyping this up like I've reinvented the wheel. But I'm not kidding when I say that I take this everywhere. Oh my God, will I ever be the same after this? I think especially like if you are a dancer that is traveling or flying like every other weekend to ballet auditions, or you have to like hop on a bus, you don't have room for a roller or like one of those like massage sticks or whatever dancers are using these days. I love keeping this at the bar with me during class so I can like roll out my feet, roll out my legs, and it's not so like in everyone's face because it's nice and small. But as a normal person too, oh my God, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. As a normal person too, it has helped me so much when I'm on a plane. And when I was dancing full time, the major thing that I struggled with, let me preface this by saying I was a very, very fortunate and lucky dancer to not have like dealt with too many injuries, like too many, like not really any at all. The biggest injury that I've ever had was a sprained ankle. I mean, I've broken an arm and like I've done other things, but that's not because of dance. But, oh my God, we're almost there. Okay. Oh. Wow. That was satisfying. Other than my sprained ankle, the main thing that I always used to struggle with as a ballet dancer was my back, like my lower back. And it turns out I had like a couple bulging discs, no herniated discs, which is awesome. But that was definitely like the one thing that I always struggled with. Like my back, ew, I can't even like touch anything. But my back used to go into spasm to the point where like if I was standing, I like couldn't look down at my toes, which is like horrifying. And it would stay in spasm like that for like a week straight, to the point where I'll never forget this. My back went out in the middle of company class. I think I was an apprentice at that time, so I wasn't even like really like fully in the company. But my back went out to that point of like I couldn't move at all. And I needed to get out of my leotard and tights and change back into my normal clothes to like go get an MRI. And this was before I knew that I had bulging discs, blah, blah, blah. This is like a side note situation. But I couldn't move so much that I had to have the front desk lady at the studio help me put my pants on. Like I could not lift a leg. I couldn't look down. It was so bad. And that used to happen like more often than I ever wanted it to happen. And I'm saying all of this to you right now because this little contraption that we are about to make together has saved my back in that way. When I am on a plane or driving for a while and I'm sitting in my lower back, I put this right in my lower back like a lumbar pillow situation, and it makes the pain go away. This is probably the easiest DIY you will ever do in your entire life ever. I'll walk you through it because that's what I do. We're in it together. You have your 2 softballs, and because mine are sticky, this is gonna be so easy for me. I mean, it's not gonna be difficult for you either, but you know what I mean. I'm going to place my balls right over here. You really need to get the hair out of my face, but I can't do that at this time, which is fine. And gonna start taping. So you want to obviously make sure that they're as close together as possible. This does not have to be pretty at all. I like to kind of start with one piece just to make sure they're like secure, and then go back in and reinforce that piece. And again, does not have to be pretty. I've always been so envious of the people that like are crafty and love a DIY and are like talented in that way, because I have never been that person. And sometimes I like get it in my head that I am that person. Sometimes I try to like be real aggressive and attempt to do something way out of my realm, and I always get disappointed because then I remember, oh yeah, I am not a DIY person. Oh, I should have just washed my hands because now the tape is just sticking to my hands. But we're just gonna wrap like this until we feel good about it. But while I'm saying that, I feel like I might do a different approach. So these balls are not going anywhere, but I think I'm actually going to wrap a piece around this part next to kind of get that shape that we are aiming for. I'm gonna go wash my hands and then I'll be right back. Much better. And excuse me. While I was washing my hands, I was thinking like, I probably sound so stupid because I know that they make these in this exact shape with the same amount of like firmness as softballs. But this is kind of the option that if you don't want to go out of your way and order an already made one of these that's probably like way overpriced, this is your answer, because the majority of you probably have both the softballs and the duct tape laying around your house anyways, and why not do a little at-home DIY. Now that the shape is kind of secure as well, I'm gonna go back and start taping the other way. Now I'm trying to think about all of the other DIY things that I can show you guys, but this is reminding me of my video where I showed you guys how to sew your point shoes. I think it was like how to sew your point shoes fast in quarantine or whatever the title was. I look back at that video and I cringe, but it's like so bad that it's like funny to me how bad that tutorial was. Like half the time I wasn't even showing you my point shoes in the frame. And I feel like I'm repeating history right now with this DIY because I'm really not explaining anything. I'm just like sitting here and taping. But at the end of the day, that's really all there is to it. My attention to detail and my impulse and my patience, none of those are my strong suit. I think I may or may not have ADHD. Now that I'm saying that, that's probably why I don't like DIYs or anything crafty, because I just don't have the patience to do it properly. Like I could be making this so much better than I am right now, but I'm just like not even lazy. I'm just like too impulsive and too impatient to like calmly lay the duct tape down, and like now mine looks so lumpy and gross, and no one likes lumpy and gross balls, let me tell you. But now that I'm sitting here and I'm doing this, let's chat about class today, because ballet class today was like the first class that I've had being back in ballet class that wasn't like the most fun in the world. And usually that would mean that like my hyperfixation with going back to ballet class is like coming to an end, which is typically like the trend that I love to do. Going back to the point that I just made earlier. I'm trying to fight through that feeling. I really just like didn't feel my best. We were in a weird studio. It was crowded. My feet were hurting, like my body was cramping. When you are taking class like regularly, if you take a few days off, it's not the end of the world. Your body will bounce back. Whether or not you feel like it will, because ballet dancers are so dramatic, and even when we are in like the best shape of our lives, we love to say that we're out of shape, which is like psychotic. But because I like haven't been in ballet class for so long, and when I am in ballet class, it's usually like once a week or even like twice a week when I'm like really getting after it, my body doesn't have that like momentum. Instead of staying in like ballet shape and my muscles like knowing that that is the norm, my body knows the like relaxation mode as the norm. So like when I get into ballet class, like the muscles that should be firing aren't really firing in the same way as they once did when I was in a professional company. And like obviously, like when I'm in ballet class now, it just like is frustrating when my body like doesn't do the thing that I know it can do and I know that it has done for a million years. Not to mention, I can do such a better job at taking care of myself than I do currently. Like, I just need to drink more water. Let's start there. There were some dancers that would go home every single night and have a glass of wine like after a long day, which there's nothing wrong with that at all. And I'm actually surprised that I didn't do it more often, because now as a 28-year-old normal person, I love a glass of wine. When I was a dancer, I felt, and maybe this is dramatic, but like I felt like even one glass of wine the next day that oh my God, my camera's gonna die. Let me spark notes. Even one glass of wine, I would get back into the studio and my muscles felt cramped. But whatever, that's a side note. My camera's about to die and we just finished taping this, and I want to finish this video here before my camera does die. But here we have it, a gorgeous portable foam roller. And I know this video was all over the place, but this is truly my most prized possession. And if you make this, please leave a comment or let me know if you've already made this and this is like your favorite thing too. And let me know. I'm really interested to see if I'm just like a loser that had no idea that this is the best thing ever created. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know it was kind of like random, but I kind of love those videos. And I guess we'll leave it there. Voila, a gorgeous DIY ballet tool for your evening or whenever you're watching this. But before my camera dies, thank you for watching and I will see you soon. Bye.